So guys, we're here at the Sundance Film Festival with your new movie Whiplash. Now, where did the inspiration come from, Damien, for it?
I'm a drummer myself, and I went through an experience not too dissimilar to what's in the movie. And at a certain point, I was just, it seemed like something I wanted to write about. I was searching for something to write, and it was actually wound up being the most personal, fastest thing I'd ever written. It just kind of came out, and certainly the making of it was pretty fast as well.
Yeah, you had 19 days. That's pretty speedy, isn't it? Definitely. Now, Austin, you're in the movie. You play one of the young guys at the music school, and you're a drummer. Now, what was it like preparing for the role? Do you play the drums yourself?
I didn't play the drums. Damien took a shot on me, but I had about a month to get ready, and so I would play just everywhere I went. I would bring drumsticks, and I was playing it in my car and on my mattress and on my dog and wherever. But he really liked it.
I guess some people would think who aren't kind of don't know their music that being a drummer would be like the easy part of being in a band or in a group or in an orchestra, wouldn't they? Because they think, it's not the notes and that kind of stuff. I'm sure that you've had that from people as well. I mean, so what do you say to them to say, hey man, it's actually really hard? I mean, there's literally blood, sweat and tears in this film, isn't there?
Right. That, in a way, what you say is actually part of what makes it hard, because in the sort of environment that the movie depicts, drummers are, in a way, treated the most harshly, because there's almost these sort of jokes of there's the musicians and then there's the drummers, and like, what the hell is wrong? You can't keep my tempo. That's all you need to do. Keep my tempo. And so there's a way in which drummers are really isolated. You stick out like a sore thumb in a way that you don't if you're part of 5 saxes. And so it's the most, in a way, if you're playing badly on the drums, it's the most humiliating instrument to be playing.
I suppose you're out there loud, aren't you? Like everyone can hear. You're the one keeping it. Exactly.
You can't hide, yeah.
There's a whole orchestra sometimes, and there's one drummer.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what always shocks me, is that it's all on one person.
Now, how much were you into jazz before you went into this movie?
I love jazz, actually. I drive around. That's what keeps me calm in LA traffic. I go to the jazz station.
Yeah.
There's it's 88.1, I think.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
And I love that station. It calms me down and puts me in a good mood. I love jazz because it's very visceral. It's just this thing that you feel it. You really feel jazz. So I love jazz.
Now, how is it playing that kind of rivalry with Miles Teller's character as well in the film? Because you do have that going on, don't you?
It's not so much a rivalry to Ryan, because he's there because he loves music. That it's really not about the competition to him. He doesn't see it that way. If it works out for him, great. If it doesn't, hey, good for the other guy. That he's actually not he's not the typical jock jerk who is kind of good at everything. Yes, he probably is naturally gifted at things, and doesn't work as much as Andrew does, but that also he doesn't take advantage of that. He just is kind of, all right, this is cool. I'm good at playing the drums, and it makes me feel good, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Yeah.
Now, have any of you had in your own lives a character like J.K. Simmons' character, who is such a hard ass, isn't he? I mean, he pushes those guys to the edge, doesn't he?
Yeah, I had a conductor who didn't go to the extremes that J.K. went, but the character in the movie is sort of a mesh of my conductor and then conductors of musicians I know well who actually went to Juilliards and music schools like that. In my case, it was more of a high school program. And then also just people throughout history like Buddy Rich, Miles Davis. We even have recordings of Buddy Rich directing his band. There's just a wealth of inspiration for, if you want to write a character like that, in the jazz world, you have so many places to just pull from. There's nothing that he does in the movie that's that is out of character for what these types of people can be like.
I mean, how much did J.K. freak you out when he was kind of really getting into the part?
There wasn't much acting going on in those scenes for me. He comes at you, he's terrifying. He's absolutely terrifying, and it's so it's amazing, his ability to switch right when they call cut. He starts joking around, and he's a wonderful guy. Yeah, he's intense to say, and it's all in his eyes, man. He looked like the devil himself when he's at the JVC concert, and that he's just with that backlit, and man, it was such a powerful moment. So, yeah, and kudos to JK.
Definitely. And finally, what's up for you guys next? What can you look forward to from each of you?
I'm not sure. I mean, I have certain things I want to do, but I'm trying to keep my options open at the moment. I've been in the hole with this movie for a while. The schedule was so tight that we literally, barely had time to breathe, let alone think of other projects probably. So now I'm kind of emerging back into the world. It'll actually be nice to get back to reality in a weird way.
How about you, Austin?
I've got 4 films coming out this year and shooting down in Florida right now, so trying to stay busy.
Tell us a little bit about those films and what you're doing at the moment.
Right now I'm shooting the sequel to Dolphin Tale, which was a Warner Brothers film, an Alcon, and then the films that are coming out, there's another independent called Warren, that I'm actually going to the Santa Barbara Film Festival next week where it premieres. And another film with Selena Gomez, where I play her boyfriend in that. And in that one, I'm a total jerk. I say some of the most vile things in the world.
How much fun was that, though?
It was a lot of fun. And my mother came to set on one of the days where it was just absolute. See what we have to deal with? This is what we put up with.
Welcome to our lives on set.
It was a real stressful environment on set, as you could see.
Imagine, definitely, yeah. Just as you're getting into your big drum solo.
That's kind of how it was, though.
Just as you nailed it.
But I'm lucky enough I'm not a method actor, and so we were all, and neither is Miles, and so we were able to hang out and clown around, and then when it was time to get into it, make that switch.
Cool, excellent. Guys, it's been lovely talking to you. It really is a fantastic film. Well done, and I hope it does really well for you both. Thanks.